Michael, Loria, thank you so much for connecting with me today, and welcome to the First Health Advisory team as one of our very prestigious members of our Strategic Advisory Board. Michael, you've been a longtime tech and financial leader. You have demonstrated experience in securely acquiring new businesses through very hyper effective governance. So, with all of your experience and lending your incredible intelligence and skill set to some of the other boards that you support, what did you see in First Health Advisory that motivated you to bring your insights to our own board?
That's a great question, Carrie. In For me, always there's sort of three things that matter in any organization, especially when it comes to things that I'm going to join, and they're pretty straightforward. First of all, I worry about the market. I want to be in a vital and important market, and First Health is in security and security for healthcare and health organizations. It is a incredibly important mission. The second thing is, can we serve that market? It's one thing to be in a great market, but if you don't have the right products and services, it's not as engaging. And clearly, First Health has a nice history and nice client base, proven performance. So, I felt like, okay, we have a vital market and we're able to serve it. And the third part is the team. It's is this a team you want to work in? Is it a team you trust? And everyone I met at First Health has been, highly professional, highly engaging, very client focused, very mission focused. So those three things came together. It was actually a fairly easy decision to make.
Oh, thank you so much. And I think as we do look at the market, it's ever changing and it is going to continually change, right? That's the one constant, especially in healthcare security. We've seen it with breaches, we've seen it with new technologies, emerging partners. Everything's always changing. So I'm curious, how does your big tech and your financial background inform your outlook and perspective given the ongoing threat and policy landscape in healthcare, which, as we mentioned, is always changing?
Yeah, I think it is that if you sort of go to the customer's point of view, right, and look in, it is a complicated problem. You have not only the entire threat landscape you have to worry about, you have the entire regulation community you have to worry about. Um, and then, frankly, they have conflicting demands on virtually every discretionary dollar they have as an organization. And so what I love about the role that First Health plays and why it's so vital is that we're their trusted advisor. That's really our mission. That's our participation in this, and helping them sort through, being authorities on security, being authorities on the latest trends, being authorities on the regulations that they're confronting. Um, Frankly, also having the experience of working with multiple clients and bringing best practices into these organizations. It's an incredibly valuable asset and role that we can play. And I think organizations, you mentioned, some of the larger financial organizations, they have large staffs. They can afford to do a lot of these things in-house, but even they have brought in, many trusted advisors to help them through because the attack surface, the landscape is so dynamic and so changing that you need organizations like First Health to help you through both the technical and the business regulatory side of it.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's so great about a lot of our clients and really almost every HDO leader out there in the industry is there's a massive amount of breadth of knowledge and skill in cybersecurity, but that depth, that usually is provided by a strategic advisor or a partner, whether it's First Health Advisory or another vendor or a subject matter expert that is a close friend to the healthcare delivery organization. So it's really important to get that 360 view, however an organization can get it. So, Michael, during your nearly 2-decade career at IBM, you were responsible for channel development for IBM's security division. From your standpoint, why is channel development so important for companies in the security space?
Security is sort of often misunderstood. People think, well, there's there's security. You can buy a security product, and
Yeah.
we of course know you have to secure your databases, you have to secure your networks, you have to secure your endpoints, you have to secure your mail systems. It's virtually every aspect of a company needs to be secured, and that has
Yeah.
resulted, of course, in a huge number of products and vendors and services out there. Um, and what it ultimately it requires is that all that be brought together, and so often that work is left to the channel to do,
Yep.
and often the channel is the one that integrates multiple products, actually vets a number, just like First Health. Like, we vet various vendors, we choose best of breed, and often we have to implement these tools, so we understand them at a very fairly deep level, and we understand how tools work together.
Yeah.
So that's the role that channel plays in security. It's often the glue that pulls all this stuff together into a security solution for a customer. And so, I've often said, security is a team sport. There's just, in large organizations, in many of them, there's 40 or 50 different vendors actually providing various tools and products. And it's really the channel that provides not only the expertise about those, but how they're integrated into a common solution.
Yeah, it's kind of like the channel as we think of home renovations, and we've talked about this before. It's like the channel is what brings everything together. But as you're redoing a kitchen or a bathroom, you're going to have different vendors for plumbing. You're going to have different designers that are coming in, flooring, carpentry. And sometimes you have to rip down the walls and put in new wiring and new pipes. And unless everyone's coming together and playing well in the sandbox, it's not going to come together. The workflow is not going to be usable for the people that are living in the house. It's a very similar idea as you take that scenario and apply it to cybersecurity and healthcare. We all need to play well together and work together, because at the end of the day, it really is about patient care. So if we're all firing on all cylinders and working hard together, then it is going to come together really well.
Indeed.
But yeah, great, great.
I saw what you
So
did there to pick a not so random example.
did you like that? um, so Michael, you've been in all sorts of different marketplaces, even with your time at IBM and working in security, mobile, social collaboration, application development, software. Which domain has been the most rewarding for you personally?
Yeah, I love learning about new markets, and then what makes them tick, what the customers value uh, is from that, and how to best go after those markets. But hands down, Carrie, it is the security marketplace.
Yeah.
Unlike many markets, there really is a noble cause to what we do in security. Right? We build products and services. We help customers. We compete, we win, we partner. It's like many of the things you do in all businesses are the same. But in security, there is sort of this noble mission that we have to essentially, not to be overly dramatic, but stop the bad guys, stop bad things from happening. And that makes the security market one that is very engaging. And, it's, for me, it's been the most rewarding to help put protections in place so that businesses can operate, and so for me, out of all the markets I've been in, and I love all my children, well, security has been the most engaging market.
Yeah, I think as we've had this conversation, you've brought up the idea of mission more than once, and mission critical. It's keep our clients safe so that patient safety is utmost and top of mind. So what we can do and what our other firms in this industry are able to contribute, that's what it's about. Keep our clients secure to the best of our ability. And it's a demanding job. It's difficult. So I'd love to end on a lighter note. When you aren't focused on security, mergers and acquisitions, or any kind of other management, what do you like to do to be able to relax and enjoy your weekends?
I'm a Red Sox fan, so there's no relaxation in
No.
any of that. But I do love watching sports. My wife and I play tennis. We like to hike. And then I have a wonderful family. So any time I can spend with family is hugely relaxing to me. Last but not least, I am a musician. I'm a guitar player. And so whenever I have opportunities to perform or just get together with friends and play, is hugely relaxing. So I find a lot of opportunities to do that. And so I get my fair share of relaxation.
Good, good. I'm happy to hear it. We're only 9 days away from opening day, if you can believe it.
I
So
know.
baseball is right around the corner. So as your heart rate accelerates, try to decompress with some family time and picking up the guitar and riffing a little bit, because I can feel you as a baseball fan. It's not really relaxing, but it can be enjoyable.
Exactly.
Michael, thank you so much for the time. We are so gracious and excited that you've decided to join our strategic advisory board. And we look forward to learning from you and getting your guidance over the next many years. So thank you again, Michael. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Carrie.